What's up, you guys? Want to do a quick video real quick. I normally do lives. I'm so used to talking to you guys live and being interactive live, but I knew I couldn't have this conversation live for various reasons, because number one, it's promptu, and then secondly, normally I'm talking to y'all in regards to engagement and things like that, but nevertheless, I'm recording this video. And if you don't know who I am, before I get started, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Shamika Jackson. I'm the founder of Kafune Amor Hair Care. I provide a 4-step lace wig system to allow women to cover their full journey of wearing lace wigs, so they're able to apply their wigs safely and securely while maintaining their natural hairline. And I specialize in custom-made wigs for women who look like me, who are basically suffering from alopecia like I do, and wear wigs full time. So that's who I am. So if you're new, nice to meet you. If you're not, I just want to say hey. This is weird because I was challenged to tell you guys some things that I thought some people knew, but sometimes, you know, when you think everybody knows everything, they may not know anything, right? I was on a call last week, and it was an accountability call. So if you're a business owner, you probably know an accountability call. If you don't, an accountability call is basically where you meet with other business owners and you talk about your challenges. You might talk about your wins first, right? You want to celebrate, but you also talk about your challenges. And I was on a call. I haven't been on these calls for a while for various reasons. I should be on the calls, but I don't, for various reasons. And I was on a call this day. So I'm supporting everybody, giving suggestions on how they can help whatever that they have going on in their business. And then it came my turn to talk. So it became my turn, and I didn't really want to talk. I really didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to discuss what's going on and talk about the challenges that you deal with as an entrepreneur. And I don't know if you're familiar. I work a full-time job. I've been at my job for 20 years. I'm basically able to retire when I want. But I do this business for a variety of reasons. So I'm explaining to them, you know, the challenges that I have in my business. 2023 has been very different. It has not been like previous years. There's been a lot of challenges that, you know, I'm not going to go into like everything, but it's been really rough. And a lot of times I feel like, you know, they glamorize entrepreneurship, right? Glamorize all the materialistic stuff that comes with entrepreneurship, the materialistic sort of numbers and figures and all these other things, but they don't tell you what's in the back end. You know what I mean? They don't talk about, you know, you building team. They don't talk about when times are hard that you have to lay people off. They don't talk about the emotional side that you have to do when you have to lay someone off who's been with you for years, and that your business has been providing them and their family, right? And you see the kids, you see their family, you're talking to them because you're on Zoom calls all the time. Like, so you have a rapport and a connection with these people, right? They don't talk about how hard that is. You know what I mean? Entrepreneurship, I mean. So I say all that to say, you know, I explained it a couple of things, and I just told them, you know, I don't have to do this, you know, and it's been extremely tough for various reasons without me going into it. So they asked me, you know, what is your why? Well, one person asked me, what is your why? And as soon as she said it, I immediately started crying. And I explained to her what my why is. And she asked me, does your people know? Does your audience, does your customers, the people who understand, who knows the brand, do they know your why? And I told them no. And they were like, you know, I challenge you to have a conversation and tell your why. Don't mean to get emotional. I just get emotional every single time this happens. Not every single time, because I don't really normally have this conversation. It's just, it pulls at me a lot. So what's my why? What's the why for Kafune here, right? I've been in this industry for about 17 years. If you're not familiar, I started just talking on YouTube one day and then kind of built a business around it. And, you know, I used to always focus on wigs, and I had some things going on. I did that for 7 years and was pretty decent with it. It was okay. Still work my full-time job. And then a couple of things happened. I just had to shut the business down. And it was the most painful thing I probably had to deal with, because I kind of felt as though, you had a baby, you raised a baby, and all of a sudden you don't have your baby anymore, right? And that's how I considered it at the time. And it hurt. I literally cried about it. And life happens, right? But the funny thing is, when God puts something on you, when he puts your purpose and your calling on you, it's kind of hard to shake it. I've been who I am my whole life, but I haven't really tapped into who I am until the past, probably say 4 or 5 years. And what I mean is that I didn't really tap in and accept the entrepreneurial mindset, the thought process of who I am, and really just accept it for this is who I am, and this is where I'm supposed to be, right? So I say all that to say, when she asked me my why, she was like, why do you do what you do? Why do you still show up? I told her God, right? I told her God because I feel as though this is my calling, this is my purpose, and this is how I'm here to serve other women, right? And it's funny because as you get older, you realize, for me, being an entrepreneur of this caliber, of this space of hair, for example, alopecia customers, is not something that goes away. The whole time that I was not in business under this new brand, I just had nothing. I was doing anything. I was just working my 9 to 5. I could not get comfortable. I was not happy. I could not get comfortable. I just always kept thinking about business. I kept thinking about the hair business. And I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and she's very spiritually grounded, and she said, Shamika, if it keeps coming back to you and keeps eating back at you, that means it's your calling, and God is telling you that you're supposed to do it. Sorry. I say all that to say, when times get hard and things are tough, and you have to make decisions and you have to do certain things, I honestly go back into that space of, why am I here? Why did I build this business? Why did God put this on my heart to build, right? And I realize it's just, number one, to be accepting of who I am, and that it causes me great joy to serve you. It causes great joy to help women who want to feel more comfortable, who want to feel more confident. Women who are like me, for example, and I know that's not all of you, that all you want in part of your life is just to feel yourself again. When you have to wear wigs on a full-time basis, you don't really embrace being bald yet, and you just want to feel natural, and you got to do this every single day. We don't get no days off. My goal was to help those women get there, to get that confidence and get that result quickly, without frustration, without confusion, without just anything that will not give them the results that they desire. So when I came back into this space, and I kind of started getting I started getting into church, period. I remember telling myself, I'm going to do this, but this time I'm going to make sure that it's God led. I'm praying about it, and I'm asking God for clarity. I'm really including him in my business compared to what I ever did before, right? And what happened was, things shifted when I started this business. It was very short-lived. Not short-lived. This business was it grew very quickly in a very short period of time. And so she asked me my why. I always say it's my purpose, it's my calling, this is what I'm supposed to do. You guys are who I'm supposed to serve. I've had joy in this. I find it makes me happy. When I'm on lives and I'm talking to you guys, and I'm explaining how to use the products, or I'm trying on wigs, and it's fun for me. It's not work. I'm not saying all this stuff on the back end isn't challenging. It is, and that's basically why I was on the call, right? I'm talking about my challenges. I'm talking about the things that are not easy, the things that has been the most struggle this year, 2023. My why is what keeps me going, my calling, my purpose to help you. I remember after I had a lace wig install challenge, and we go over a couple of days, I teach people how to put their wigs on. Don't mean to get emotional. And someone emailed me, one of the customers, they emailed me, and she just said, Shamika, I just wanted to tell you how much more confident I am when it comes to putting my wigs on. I wear these wigs all the time. I have alopecia, and you just helped me boost my confidence. The reason why that's special for me is because I was that woman. I am that person, even sometimes today. Sometimes, I don't want to wear wigs all the time. Let's just be honest, but I have no choice. I don't want to be bald yet. And I know there's some freedom to being bald, but this is where I am and this is who I am, right? So when I saw that, I immediately get emotional because this is why I do what I do. This is why I still show up when it's challenging. This is why I show up when it's hard. This is why I show up knowing that I got a full-time job and I can just not do this business and do the full-time job, collect a paycheck, and come home every day. You know what I mean? My why is to build up and empower someone. And although the goal isn't to be of influence, naturally, we all are of influence. People email me, people text me. I see what you're doing, Shamika. I'm proud of you. I get emails, text messages from customers. So I say all that to say, my why is to serve y'all. My why is to help build confidence. My why is to help you walk boldly in who you are and to believe that, right? Not the superficial, I'm all that. No, to actually believe it in your core, in your soul, like, I am authentically who I am, beautifully and boldly, Shamika. Or whoever, each person's name. So they challenged me to tell y'all that. So I'm telling y'all that. Without telling all the details. But, 2023 has been a challenge. I will say the least. I still show up. Sometimes I don't know if I'm going to even make it sometimes, but I do. And then also sometimes too, I have to put in perspective that I need to show more gratitude and be more thankful for where I'm at and what I have. Still be able to have a job, still show gratitude that I am still able to generate and help other women, generate revenue and help other women. Because I know there's a lot of people who will just want to be at a 10%, 30% of where I am now. And then there's times where like that I have to sit back and I have to reflect. Shamika, everybody's not doing what you're doing. Everybody's not doing it the caliber that you're doing. Everybody's not perfect. I'm not perfect. So when these mistakes happen, you still got to show up and you still have to correct these mistakes and apologize for it. And as much as you want to show up in excellence, and that's the goal, the reality is I'm not going to be perfect, but the goal is to show up in excellence as much as I can as a business owner. The goal is to show as much as I can is to keep my team and have them happy and have them believe in the culture that I build on this brand. These are the things that people don't really explain, but when you go back to your why, it allows me to continue to show up. It allows me in these days that I just feel like going to sleep. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to address anything because it's hard. Entrepreneurship is hard. But every single time I jump on the lives and I see y'all and I see y'all comments and I get the emails and I get the text messages, it allows me to continue showing up even when I just sometimes just can't. And then there's times when I can't, I won't. Because I know I would not be helpful or I'm not going to be serving anyone or be of benefit from anybody if I do. So I say all that to say that is my why. You guys are my why. The women who feel like me and experience, the confidence, the lack of confidence or the decline in confidence because of alopecia. You guys are my why. The women who just want to feel beautiful and be able to jump on a Zoom call in a matter of 10, 20 minutes without worrying about hair. Hair is such a big deal in our community. Hair is a big deal for us. And I want to make that stuff easier. I want to make doing the things that we do to look beautiful, right? To let that be easier so that we can just authentically, genuinely in our heart, just be bold and beautiful and understand, like build the confidence that we are as a woman. That's my why. And I'm going to close it with this and just tell someone who's having a challenge, someone who's going through a hard time, someone who feels as though they don't know when their time's going to come. They don't know when is this storm going to end, because all it's doing is raining. We're in 2023. We're in a recession, so they say, or may not. I don't know. But whatever it is, these times are hard. Cost of living is high. I get it. All I can say is, as a woman who struggles and deals with things just like anybody else, I am not exempt. It's just to tap into your why. Tap into what you're doing that thing for. Who are you doing it for? And hopefully it's for you. And hopefully it's for you to be able to build or share with someone else. Think of the big picture of what you're doing. I believe in God. I can say a higher being. I'll say, if you have a higher being, or whatever you pray to, whoever you pray to, pray about it. Sit in silence, and then try to see if you're able to basically wait for the answer from him. And then continue as you should be. Because I know sometimes the challenge is when. I'm doing all the things, God. I've been here. I've shown up. I did all the things that you've asked me to do. What is going on? And you're just wondering when. Sometimes when you think it's supposed to happen, it might not happen. It's not meant to happen yet. It's not the time. And God's getting you ready to say, okay, now I think you're ready. And that could be anything, y'all. It could be dating. It could be trying to find that new job. It's finishing that test for, be an RN or something. It's a test to they'll take the bar exam. It's your applications to get into college. It's that new job. It's that networking event. It's that speaking on that stage that you're so shy about, you just don't want to do it. But you have to do these things to get to where you got to go. Tap into your why. Pray for strength to get you over that next hurdle. That is my why. I'm going to be signing off, you guys. I felt like I've just rambled for a good couple minutes, and which I did, but I wanted to explain it to y'all. And hopefully you guys hear me and see me and understand that I do this for you. I do this because I know what it's like to be you. I know what it's like to not feel comfortable. I know what it's like to have challenges. I know what it's like to do all these things and just want to get it right the first time, right? Especially when it comes to our hair, comes to our wigs and things like that. Even though my hair looking a mess, y'all. Look at a mess. But I just came on here anyway because I'm going to be looking a mess until... I'm probably going to be looking a mess until Christmas. No, well, before Christmas. Christmas Eve, maybe. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys are ready for the holidays. No, holidays isn't great for everybody, but I'm praying that you guys are just genuinely happy, and that 2024 you have a prosperous and a healthy year as well. So that's my message for today. I am signing off, and hopefully I will see you guys on my next live call. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.